Hi there, thanks for tuning into this video. We've got some exciting updates to show you that are now live on Passle. We're going to focus this video on the new admin functionality. So the first step to access these is to log into your Passle dashboard. So just head over to passle.net, enter your credentials, and you'll be taken to your normal user interface. Now, to switch over and toggle to the admin view, you'll see on the left-hand side, you've got this ability to switch to admin. So I'm just going to press this here, and this will load up your admin interface. So we've given you a much easier way to manage and add your users. So I'm just going to talk through this interface and make sure everything's brought to life for you all. But starting off with the objective of adding a new user, you'll find this big orange button. If you want to add a new user to your account, you can just press that button, go ahead and type in the user's name. And let's just spell this right. And once you've added that, you just need to assign them. If you've got just the one Passle, it'll be easy, just a case of checking the relevant box and setting them up with their credentials. So I'm just going to select with the number of Passles different down here. You've got the ability to assign them to a content creator, a publisher, a sharer, or editor. If you have any questions about those different permissions, we'll share links to the relevant collateral around that. But I'm just going to set this user up as a content creator, scroll to the bottom, and I can add this user. So it's really as simple as that. You just need first name, last name, and an email address. If I click on this notification here, it's going to release their welcome credentials, but I'm just going to show you how else you can access those details. So I'm going to go back to my user interface. Again, I can scroll down. I can now see that my new user that's been added in here has their account. So I can select those. If you've added some more, I can actually toggle just to see that based on the date added to make this much easier to get the latest users that you've added. So I can see added on the 30th of March is our new user, Bob, here. Now, if I want to go ahead and send Bob's welcome email, I can either send the auto-generated email from Passle, they'll receive their welcome credentials to get started on the platform, or alternatively, I can copy their registration link and just send and pop them a personal note over our internal messaging tool, or indeed just pop them an email from my account, which just includes their welcome link. Beyond that, if you want to go ahead and edit your new user's profile, you can absolutely do that. You can upload a picture, you can add an about me section and fill in all of the relevant fields. But if you also want to just link this to their existing bio page on your company's website, you can just pop the URL in there and add a title so that people can see when they're authoring content, what their job title is, and you can also link in your company name at the bottom there. So beyond this, you've also got the ability to add social networks, you can toggle their target, so you can set them a target. And if you want to, this can all be managed by the individual themselves, but you can also update their preferences when it comes to getting notifications from Passle. Now, beyond that, I'm just going to toggle this back so I can see my most recently added users. Beyond that, there's also a couple of other things here. If you want to manage their permissions, so actually you want to give additional access to another Passle that you've got within your account, you can do that, or indeed upgrade their license from a creator, for example, up to an editor. You can all do that within the manage roles. And then there are a few more options under the more info category. You can see the account privileges this individual has, whether they've got Client Connect set up to be able to subscribe, any of the other links that sit under here in terms of user statistics. You can delete the user from this link here, and also helpful information just around their technical access, which includes their shortcodes, their unique identifier for their account, whether they've got two-factor authentication set up. So again, from a technical standpoint, if you implement two-factor authentication across your work devices, you can monitor who's got that configured and set up, and whether they use the Passle app on their mobile as well. So that's everything that's just been updated. It's a much cleaner interface. There's no need to toggle between the different Passles. You've got all of your users available here, and you can easily see which Passles they're a member of. And you can also either perform bulk actions of exporting these users' details, or indeed messaging them all as a collective. So either to send registration emails or message all of those users within the platform as well. You'll find the ability to export all of this to a CSV, so you can see the status of all of your users and just filter those outside of the platform in an Excel or CSV file. You can see those users that are either activated, which you can clearly see here. It doesn't have the button to register. It will just say active, or indeed it will say that they're yet to register their account. So really easy interface to go ahead and manage all of those. You can also set filters. So if you actually just want to see users who are assigned to a particular Passle, go ahead, apply your filters, and you'll see then that relevant list appear in front of you there. Within that Passle, if you also want to just have a toggle to see who's a creator, so who's a creator as well as whether they're active or not, apply those filters and you can see who's got those relevant permissions then. So a much easier way of very quickly getting a snapshot of the relevant users, being able to go ahead, make sure they're activated and that they've got all of the permissions that they should have across their account. So that is everything when it comes to the management, the adding of users, just making that whole process a lot easier for you, and actually being able to filter if you've got hundreds of users who have access to the platform, being able to really easily filter those down. And again, if you want to export that data out, it's just going to take the relevant information across into your download there. Now, one of the other things that has changed with the update of the interfaces is the ability to manage the tags that are associated and set up across your Passle environment. So again, just scroll to the relevant Passle page. So the account you've got, you might have a few, you might just have the one. That's absolutely fine. As you scroll across, you can go ahead and click on the tags interface. It's going to take you to manage tags. This will be a familiar interface once it loads up. But again, just making sure you know exactly where you can find that. There's more content on how to set up these tags, what the different tags mean. But if I want to go and assign a predefined tag, so one that's available from the drop down for all of the users as they're creating content, I can just add a couple in here. So I can put in technology, and you can see it will preload them further down there that I can select from. So I'm just going to go ahead, add technology, and then once you've added a tag, just make sure you click the save button, and that's go ahead and either update those that are predefined, those that are default tags, so they're just assigned to all of the posts by default. Again, you can disable that option if it's not relevant. And then if you want to assign any tags to particular individuals, so you know that certain individuals in your team either are going to be writing predominantly around topics, say fintech or financial growth, you can make sure that all of their posts are assigned with a particular tag there. Then again, you can toggle that on and off if it's relevant to your user environment. But that's really it. As you get familiar with this, we're going to be including more kind of tips and suggestions as to how to get the most out of managing your account. But this was kind of a starting point just to give you an overview as to how you can start navigating this new interface. As I said, it's far more intuitive. It's a lot easier to drive the functionality around. But if you do have any questions, the client success team at Passle are more than happy to make sure you can do everything that you need within your Passle environment. And also, we're also welcome to feedback and suggestions. Our platform is very much built in partnership with our clients. So if there's something that you'd like to be able to do that you can't at this very moment, it might be available somewhere else in the platform. But if it's not, it's certainly our clients' feedback shapes the future of the platform. So let us know if you've got any feedback or questions, and we'd be delighted to help.